I'm sure we've all played tic-tac-toe and recognized the limited selection of strategies available. With this new ultimate version, we are encouraged to discover and then develop new strategies based on the more complicated rule set. Playing games like this in order to devise strategies for success allow us to practice and improve our problem-solving abilities, a crucial skill in mathematics and computer science.
Solving some of the problems in our math book, we have to apply a lot of forward thinking in that you can't just think of what step is next, you have to think of the problem in a more general and more broad sense. And I noticed that when you both were playing this game, that you were not only thinking about the next step, you were thinking much more ahead. So like that application of forward thinking alongside critical thinking, I think they both came together to sort of replicate the problem solving that we do in the classroom. And I think that that's where we can see some more real world applications. That even when you're playing games, there is a lot of mathematical reasoning that follows suit.
Tic-tac-toe is a game that most people have seen and played before. So it's a common language that we can all speak and come up with a strategy in how to solve. I wonder what it would look like if I played on a team or with a partner to see if we would agree on what the next move would be or could communicate through why we would choose that, if it would even make the understanding of this game more in depth.
I feel like I have a lot to learn in terms of like finding the optimal strategy. Like playing against a computer is only so good because like the computer, I think the way the computer is working is it's when you play. Did you play against the computer?
Yes.
Yeah. So there's a whole app that allows you to play against the computer, and I don't think the computer knows what it's doing. It just analyzes all the possible outcomes of all the possible next moves, and then creates a tree, and then figures out the most, like how to get on the branch of that tree so that it's most likely to win. So like it's sort of like a Monte Carlo method of like trying all the different outcomes and estimating what's the likelihood that I'm going to win if I'm the computer. But the computer won't know how to explain why, in our language, why that's the best one, like the best move. Whereas a human, talking to a human about strategy would be really helpful because you would have like natural language to talk about sort of what works and what doesn't. And so I think it's similar to like I think that's the value of St. Andrews education too, because like we're all in the classroom together, always like talking about why we think like this method's going to be productive or not, and like why, you know, in a group of 2 or 3 people, like 2 or 3 mathematicians, we like it's so beneficial to like think metacognitively, like think about the process that you're using and sort of zoom out and not think about the specific problem, but think about like what is it about thinking that allows us to make progress and like think about thinking in a way. And so we can do that with human partners in a way that we can't do that with computers.
Games involving strategy allow us to practice our problem solving in a fun and challenging environment. This is a core skill in computer science and the framework for coding. I can approach any strategy game by looking at my resources, my available tools, and my intended outcome, then construct a pathway to success. Along the way, I may find that my pathway is unsuccessful, but this allows me to practice and not be intimidated by the failure experience that is a crucial component of iterative development.